family. Happy Tuesday. And here we are again, another Tuesday. Can you believe how fast these weeks are going by? They are just crazy. Mama's sitting right next to me, so if you hear her panting, she's just a panting. Anyways, our Tuesday talk time together. Here we are. Okay, I want to talk about, let's talk about, are you trying to catch flies? I'm hearing like bees up in my ceiling out here. I don't know what is going on, but you might hear them too in just a minute. I don't know. But I'm kind of all over the place today with this, what I've been thinking about and wanting to talk about. I'll tell you one thing that we love to do is we love to go camping. My best friend and I, we love to camp. We call each other and FaceTime each other everywhere we go. She loves to hike. Her and her husband and her kids, they visit all the parks and they love to hike. And me, I just love seeing all the things and trying new restaurants and going to all the antique stores. And I love water, so I like to stay on a lake or where there's a little creek or something behind us or something. I just love that scenery. It's beautiful. God's creation that He's given us outdoors is just beautiful, and it's nice to be able to share all those things. And you have your good times, you have your crazy times. So when you go camping and you go to set up, sometimes it can be a little crazy, and you've got to back your camper in and make sure you're helping your husband, and he probably gets aggravated with you a little bit sometimes. Because he has to keep pulling up and backing up, pulling up and backing up. But if you know, you know. And so, anyways, but it's all good, and it makes really good memories to sit around a campfire and talk about, right? And then there's all those great things, like I said, if you're on water and you're at a lake and you're on a boat, or you're hiking, or you're seeing all the different parks in all the different states and making all the memories. It's just beautiful things to come together as a family, and you want to share them, and you want other people to be able to experience those things that find those same interests as you do. And I got to thinking, that is the same. Okay, I'm trying to make this less than 5 minutes, okay? I don't want to lose your, I don't want to lose you on here, because sometimes, if something goes longer than 5 minutes, my attention span, they say the average attention span is 30 minutes, but, some of us are squirrels, and so, but anyways, but talking about camping and all the things and the memories and just bringing your family together and making memories, it reminds me a lot of the church. Now let me tell you, and I will get into this with more on my podcast, and I'll be sharing that with you soon. You can find us on YouTube. But if you've ever been hurt by the church, you will find that it's hard to find your way back into the church to serve. A lot of us that have been hurt by the church, we find our ways to serve outside of the church. But I will tell you this. The church was my second home growing up. I was raised in church. I was there every time the doors were open. My father was very involved in the church, and I'm so grateful for that, because it was my second home. And I remember running up and down the halls of the schools. I went to a Christian school, and then I went to a public school, and went back to the Christian school. And I remember just being in the auditorium. I remember being there when no one was there, because we were always there. And it was just such a peaceful place. And again, like I said, going into podcasts, we'll talk more about church and how it is, it is very important. And I start missing church. And when you move, you have to find a new church and a new church home. And, it's and meeting new people. So, but a lot of what I explained about just the whole camping thing is a lot like the church. In fact, the word says, let me get my glasses on, in Hebrews 10:24 and 25. It says, and let us consider how we may spur one another. And spur meaning motivate, provoke, or just, urge you. When someone says, I urge you to do this, or, spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. The verse, it just hits home with me, and how much it means together. And our YouTube channel is called The Power of Together. So like I said, we'll be talking more about that and how I've had the struggle of that, and just so like I said, we'll go into more of that in the podcast and all. I think a lot of us struggle with it, and even when COVID was first hit, some churches closed. They did it online, which I was so grateful for, because I watched it online every Sunday. And some people just have not gotten back into getting back out and going to church. They are still watching it online, which is okay. We're not here to judge anyone by what they do or where they spend time with the Lord and how they grow. I'm not, because I've been there. And I'm still going through some of the motions of just dealing and healing from the hurt. So again, like I said, we'll talk about it another time. But as I looked up in this chapter, if you go up to 22, it says, "Let us draw near the full assurance that faith brings, having our hearts sprinkled to cleanse us from the guilty conscience, and having our bodies washed with pure water. Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for he who promised is faithful." For he who promised is faithful. And he wants us to encourage one another and spur one another, toward love and good deeds. And the church has good deeds. You serve one another. You help other people. You think of the widows, the fatherless, the sick. That's what the church is, the people, and that's what they are there to bring the good deeds, to help one another. That's how we are with our families. Just like when I was talking about going camping and our friends, we're there to help one another. And so it just reminded me of the church, and I thought, what a great topic to talk about on our Tuesday talk time together. And if you're struggling with something like that, you can leave me a message and we can talk about it, because I have struggled with the same thing. And again, I hope that you'll go find us on YouTube. The podcast should be up soon, but I already have my channel up. But you can find me by my name. My rooster, do y'all hear it? But the outdoors is so, I encourage everyone to get outside and just enjoy the rest of these pretty days and then beautiful fall weather. And then it'll be so cold, we'll want to stay inside, won't we? So I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. Prayer requests went up, and will be going up all week. I got them all yesterday. And if you still have some you would like to send me, you can. And I will be talking to y'all next Tuesday. All right, y'all have a good night. Oh, and Barrett is doing much better. Fever broke. Hasn't had a fever in over 10 hours. And he's just got a nasty cough now. So thank you for your prayers. And he's headed, God's healing him. So it's up from here. All right.